Welcome back to the channel, Barbarians. Today, we just got a reveal trailer for some more Lightfall weapons, presumably exotics, definitely exotic armor. It does not specify, though, if the weapons they revealed are exotic or not. There's been some grand assumptions that they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they are, given some of the perks they have, which we're going to dive into here shortly. So they revealed 3 new armor pieces and 4 new weapons in total in about just under a 2-minute clip. And one of the things that we've been very fascinated with in the game moving forward is Strand and its capabilities in Lightfall, and we get to see some of that in this preview. So Quicksilver Storm, which is of course already out if you bought or pre-ordered Lightfall, but now it's seeming to be a Strand weapon. So not only is the auto rifle part Strand, the ability to switch to grenades create tangles on kills, which I'm going to leave a link to the trailer in the description below. Feel free to go check it out. But we're just going to review the weapons. The armor kind of speaks for itself when you see it in the trailer. Nothing looks too crazy there except maybe the Warlock boots. I'm curious about those. Quicksilver Storm, 600 RPM auto rifle currently. I think the only thing that's going to change about it is it's going to go to Strand as an element, which kind of proves that Strand is going to go alongside the other Darkness subclass as a primary element for our kinetic slot, just like Stasis is. So I don't know if it's going to be both. My assumption is yes, based on some more details further in this video. Stay tuned for the last weapon reveal that I'm going to go over, which in my opinion I think is going to be my favorite. But I'm a little biased because I love that archetype of weapon. Now the next weapon that they got us hyped about is an archetype that I think they've been trying to bring back for quite some time, and that is the LMG, or the light machine gun. This one right here, revealed in the trailer, is called Deterministic Chaos, and I'm going to make the grand assumption it belongs in the heavy slot, and it is a void weapon that seeming like it's going to be synergistic with some debuff builds perhaps, because its perk, shown in the trailer, feel free to check it out, is as you're shooting it, the 4th round in the magazine weakens enemies, which is a little bit odd in and of itself because it says weakens enemies, not enemy, meaning there is some AoE debuff happening, question mark. And then on the 16th shot of the round, which is again odd, but it creates volatile rounds. Now, of course, I kind of wonder if one has to precede the other, or if you miss your 4th shot, does your 4th shot that hits the target trigger the buff, so on and so forth. How does that work in terms of like almost a mulligan-esque perk? Of course they do synergize together. That's kind of the whole point of that presumably exotic LMG. It does appear to be in the video a faster firing one. I wouldn't say a 900, but whatever's right below that, probably a 450 RPM LMG, which is very strong for ad clear. So that is my assumption there, and I'm curious to see how that plays. It is void. It is going to be in the heavy slot for sure. I think it'll get some use definitely with some Warlock debuff builds, and definitely some Hunter ones as well. I just am curious here with the reveal of these 4 weapons. I feel as though they're kind of foreshadowing to what will be the meta. Not these weapons specifically, but I feel as though they spend their energy on weapons that are semi-related to what the meta will be. But we'll be able to tell in due time. Our 3rd weapon, and these get better and better as I've kind of semi-ranked them, how I'm looking forward to them. This one's called Winter Bite. Freeze enemies with Frost Orb. Now this, in the gameplay, is a glaive based on the melee you can see in the trailer. Now, this is very unique. Shooting the projectile with trigger, if you're on controller, just spawns an orb at the point of origin at which you were aiming, and that orb almost acts like a stasis turret. This one really gets me excited because I instantly see some very strong pairings with Warlock builds with stasis and stasis turret, with the stasis rift, perhaps with hunters and dustfield grenades, or trying to think off the top of my head. I mean, this could be very helpful in Grandmasters. Maybe this paired with someone else using Ager's Scepter, and that synergy between the two, do you just have every enemy on the map absolutely frozen for the foreseeable future? Only time will tell. I'm very curious to see myself. In the 3 boots that they revealed in the trailer, the Hunter ones, which you can of course check out, do something to flinch resist, presumably. The Warlock ones, I'm drawing a blank on now. I think it has something to do with the Strand balls. There's some kind of new treadling thing associated with Strand, which creates almost like a Siva nanite type deal with Strand. And the Titan ones add to your barricade. They shoot out this like Strand projectile, which seems kind of neat. Final warning, this is tentatively my favorite one. Of course, this is just all speculation. This, again, I'm speculating is going to go in the energy slot, question mark. Charged tracking rounds. Something with charged rounds automatically in my mind puts it in the category of get a kill or fill up a bar, and then once that bar is full, you can use this tracking round function. In the video, it shows that someone's shooting at point X, which is, from the gun, point A to B, and then the rounds are actually tracking nearby enemies within a certain field of view. So that piece I find really intriguing, and to just kind of see what comes of it. How many, is it single burst? Is it an aggressive burst? 3 burst? Sidearm will, only time will tell. That one I could easily see being exotic, depending on how strong the functionality is there. This reveal definitely got me more excited for Strand than I previously was. I think this Darkness subclass is really going to unveil itself in a whole new kind of environment for Destiny and take it into the next chapter of its lifespan. I'm definitely excited, definitely something to look forward to, and if you haven't gotten Lightfall yet, I would highly suggest it. If you guys do look at the trailer, or just based on my overview of these weapons, I'm curious which one you guys are excited about, which one you think, what kind of build you'll be pairing with these weapons. I think for me, that sidearm personally, something with the arc builds, probably with Titan, because that's kind of my main character. Definitely excited to try all of that out. But that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to drop a like down below, and I'll see you in the next one.